That evening we were driving down Route 35. The sun had almost set, and the road ahead looked like a dark ribbon folding into the horizon. I remember the hum of the tires, the smell of my mom's perfume, and that was it. Until the light came. It wasn't like headlights or lightning. It was something else entirely. It filled everything, like the air itself had turned to light. It hurt to look at, but I couldn't move my eyes away. My mum screamed my name, told me to get down, but my body felt frozen. I remember her voice breaking, her hand grabbing my shoulder, and then the sound vanished. Gone, like someone had pulled the plug on the world. No wind, no road, no engine, no sound at all. The car was still moving, or maybe it wasn't. I couldn't tell. It felt like floating, like being underwater without the pressure. I shut my eyes tight and held my breath. That's when I heard my mom whisper, "Please, no, please, not again." That scared me more than the light. It sounded like she remembered something she'd never told me. I wanted to open my eyes, but something in my chest said, "Not yet." Then, a voice, not out loud, but inside my head, soft, calm, not like any voice I knew. It said, "You can open your eyes if you want." I thought it was my mom at first, but it wasn't. I thought back, "No, I don't want to." It replied, "I understand. Do you want to see us? Not scary." I don't know why, but I said yes. Maybe because it sounded kind, maybe because my fear had just gone quiet for a moment. The voice changed. It sounded like a woman, warm, gentle, and strange. I opened my eyes. There she was, standing in front of me, inside a room made of silver light. The walls were curved, like the inside of a shell. Everything shimmered, but softly. She was tall, with hair that looked white and eyes that had no color, only light. She smiled and said, "See, not scary." I just nodded. She was right. She looked human, but not. Her face was too still, too perfect. She wore what looked like a lab coat. I remember asking her, "Aren't you afraid your coat will get caught in that thing?" She laughed, but her mouth didn't move. She said, "I'm not really wearing it." Behind her was a round thing, like a shallow pool, but the surface was a spinning mirror that had come alive. In the middle, a shape was turning over and over, like a typewriter key bent into a hook. It twisted and folded into itself so fast I could hardly see it. "What is it?" I asked. "It makes everything move," she said. "That's all you need to know." "Are we moving?" I asked. She simply said, "Always." She showed me other things. Silver rods, small discs, lights that hummed. She touched one and said, "This one hurts, but only a little." "Why?" I asked. "Because it has to," she said, almost sadly. Then she told me I was brave. She said that word like it meant something I hadn't earned. She looked right at me and said, "You have something special in you." "What does that mean?" I asked. "You'll know when you need to." I didn't understand. I told her I wanted to go home. She smiled again and said, "You will." When I looked down, I was standing on nothing. The floor was clear, and I could see the car below us, small like a toy, the headlights still on. My mom was inside, her face pale, her hands gripping the wheel, her mouth open like she was still screaming. I tried to shout, but my voice didn't work. I looked back at the woman, and she just said, "Soon." Then she touched my forehead with her hand. It felt warm. Not like skin, but like sunlight. The next thing I knew, I was back in the car. The light was gone. The road was dark. The radio was dead. My mom was shaking. She looked at me and just started crying. I looked out the window, and the stars seemed too bright. The air felt wrong, heavy, like it was full of water. I asked her what happened. She said, "Nothing, just drive." When we reached my aunt's house, she was angry. We were 2 hours late. 2 hours. Just gone. I thought it was a dream, but my mom's hands were still trembling. She kept rubbing her wrist, like something had touched it. The next morning, she acted normal. I asked her about the light, and she said it was nothing. A plane, maybe. "It wasn't a plane," I said. Her eyes were wet when she told me to stop talking about it. So I stopped. Years passed. I tried to forget. But sometimes, when I was alone, I would feel a hum deep in my chest. A sound I couldn't hear, but could feel. Sometimes, I would know things before they happened. I told my uncle once, and he looked at me strangely and said, "Some things run in the family. You might have the gift." He never explained what he meant. Even now, something will remind me. A flash, a sound, a smell like hot metal. I'll be driving at night and suddenly remember the light, her face, the way she looked at me like she was sad for me. Once, years later, I was meditating and felt like I left my body. I was floating, and I could see that white room again. Her voice came back. Quiet. "We're not done yet." I asked, "What do you want?" She said, "Not what we want. What you are." I woke up sweating, my heart racing. My wife knows I have strange dreams. She calls them my moon moods. I told her about Route 35 once. She laughed, like it was a ghost story. But my mom, sometimes, when she's tired, she'll say, "Remember that night? The light? The void?" I'll nod, and she'll say, "I thought they were coming for me, not you." And then she stops talking again. I still drive that road sometimes. Route 35 west toward Xenia. There's a stretch where the trees part and you can see the sky, wide and empty. The air feels different there. Charged. One night, I stopped, got out of the car, and looked up. For a second, I thought I saw a faint circle in the clouds. A ring of light. It was gone before I could blink. I just stood there, listening to the quiet, that same thick silence from that night. When I got back in the car, my radio flickered on by itself. It was static, but underneath, I swear I heard a woman's voice, soft like before, saying, "We see you still. I live a normal life." But sometimes I think about what she said. You have something special in you, and I wonder about the thing she said would hurt. I have a small scar behind my ear. I don't remember getting it. My mom has one too. We never talk about it. Sometimes I dream I am back in that light, and she's there, waiting. She reaches out her hand and says, Not yet, but soon. And when I wake up, the air smells faintly of metal. I think they gave me something, not a thing you can hold, something invisible. Maybe a sense or a call. It wakes me up sometimes like a whisper right at the edge of my thoughts. Just as I try to grab it, it fades. Hawaii. I've learned not to tell anyone. Who would believe me? They'd just say it was a dream or a stress or something wrong in my head. But I know what I felt. And what's more, I know my mom remembers the same feeling, that same quiet whisper. There are nights when I just sit outside, staring up at the sky. And I swear, sometimes the stars shift just a little. It's like they're watching me, like they know I'm thinking of them. In those moments, I whisper out into the darkness. I'm not afraid, and when it do, I feel this warmth spread across my skin, like sunlight, even though the night is cold. Maybe that's what she meant. Maybe this special thing isn't a power or some kind of curse. Maybe it's a connection to something so much larger than our world, larger than US. Maybe it's simply the ability to hear what everyone else ignores. Whatever it is, I carry it quietly. I go to work, I live my life. I love, I dream. And sometimes, in the quiet moments, I who's listen. And sometimes, the silence answers back, softly, patiently, like the low hum of the earth itself, waiting for the day. I remember everything.